And we'll be back on the estate tomorrow night when Karen finds out if Sharon's half-sister is also Barry's long-lost brother, and Harry comes face to face with the devastating loss of his hairline. That's The Estate tomorrow at 8:30. But before we go live to Eamon and the gang, there's just time to look forward to what's coming up later tonight on Channel 1. At 9:30, we have an in-depth documentary about the downfall of Jacob Hamilton Mann, which forced this year's early election. That's The Night Visitor at 9:30, poorly narrated by Patrick Bannon. At 10:30, Adrian Atkinson Blimey is here for a special episode of Incisors, where he sinks his teeth into the current cost of living crisis by interviewing a multimillionaire, a nurse, and a bin man to see who is suffering the worst. Here's a clue. It's not the millionaire. At 11:30, fasten your seatbelts as it's time for Wayne de Spirit Whistle to lead another terrifying exploration in Live and Spooky. And tonight, they'll be asking if the old brewery in Arsminster is haunted by the spirit of its old murdered paymasters, or whether it just smells a bit whiffy. And with Jordan Rankley along for the ride, you can be certain that there'll be strong language and scenes of violence right from the very start. But now, here on Channel 1, it's time for something far more wholesome as we head to the Hark Theatre for a very special episode of Bits of Your Life. Over to you, Eamon.
Good evening, I'm Eamon Titley. Tonight, behind me is a true TV legend, now running for Prime Minister, everyone's handiest man, Peter Clement. Now, Peter thinks he's here tonight to film a special reunion episode of Just the Job, but as always, viewers, you know better.
10 seconds. Places.
It's time. Let's start the show.
In 5, 4, 3...
When you lost your mojo and you just can't shred your ass, I got just a job. When that stupid monkey won't stop clawing at your back, I got just a job. When you're cold and stupid and your money won't get home, I'll pop round in the evening with some screaming lead guitar. And this is there I'll show you 10 new uses for a flaw, 'cause that's just a job.
Thank you, girls. Cracking stuff. Good evening, friends. And yes, it's true, I can hardly really believe it myself, but we are back for this special one-off reunion episode of Just the Job. And to be clear, it's the show that you remember with me good old sidekick, little Jimmy Chisel, some top tips on how to improve your DIY, and of course, some special surprise guests from Just the Job's illustrious past. And I know what you're all thinking. Oh, there's an election coming up. But there'll be no politics tonight. Not on this show. And that is a Peter Clement promise. So let's get tonight's show kicked off with a slightly askance look at the mighty Bevel. Because you
Hold
will
it
be...
right there, please.
Oh, come on. Oh, my God, it's you.
Yeah, it certainly is me.
You naughty, naughty little Sorry.
Peter.
Hey, Frank, did you know about this? Ah, look at that face. Of course you did. You cheeky
Peter, you thought you were here tonight to film a special reunion episode of Just the Job.
I can't believe this. I can't.
But tonight, Peter Clement, these are the bits of your life. Now, Peter, let's get you to the studio.
I'm gonna Emma, I can't bloody be so bloody dance with you about all the way along. For you.
They're all this way, Peter. Mind your step there now.
Bloody know. I can't believe it. Honestly, I'm a huge fan of your show. I think it's incredible. I never believed that people didn't know.
He's loving this, viewers. I didn't believe
Here
it.
we go.
Right in there, Peter.
I am absolutely bloody flabbergasted. I mean, I haven't been this speechless since I was about 3 years old.
Oh, lovely family show, Peter.
Yeah, well, they know what I'm like, mate, don't they?
There we go. Lovely. Hello, darling. Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you. Thank you
Peter
very
Clement
much
running
indeed.
for Prime Minister. I've just looked it up. Have you voted? So, Eamon, how long have you been planning this? Eamon. How long have you been planning? Eamon?
Peter Gordon Clement, you were born October 10th, 1923 in the northern town of Rotherham to Fanny and Martin Clement.
Oh, Peter, what have we let ourselves in for?
That's right. They got up at the crack of dawn to take the trip down to the capital by coach. It's your infamous old man and her long-suffering husband, Fanny and Martin Clement. Who are you?
I'm Julia Salisbury.
You Peter's mother?
No.
I see. All right, come on then.
They brought me on early.
Look on the bright side. You get to the pub quicker that way.
I wish. Got to get back to Campaign HQ where the phones will be ringing off the hook tonight. Oh, and if I may, Eamon, viewers can call Advance with any questions after the show on capital 341562.
Yeah, great, whatever. Sit down. So, what was life like for young Peter growing up in the Clement house?
Well, obviously I wasn't there, but I'd imagine that there were a lot of similarities between the child Peter Clement and the man sat before you tonight, Eamon. Just like the adult Peter, I'd imagine that the 5-year-old version was headstrong, charming, and a lot more coherent before 8 p.m.
Ha! Actually, that's rather good. Who are you?
I'm Julia Salisbury. Peter and I are running for Prime Minister.
Oh, that explains it. Yeah, I think I've seen your face on a bus stop.
Plausible.
Julia Blueberry, everybody!
That bodes well for the election.
Oh, don't worry about it. You wouldn't recognise any of the other candidates either. He only reads articles about himself.
In 1938, you were a 15-year-old at Rotherham Elementary, but already you had quite the reputation as a ladies' man. Who's this, Peter?
Who's running this show?
Oh, Christ, it's...
Dorothy Hammerman. You've called me at the wrong time. You always give an excuse for a cruise ship entertainer. Oh, please stop looking at Eamon. My clean enough. Sweetie, sweetie. Peace, Eamon.
Dotty. Mwah. Mwah.
Sorry.
Here's one finger for the north,
and
two fingers to the south, and we can all apologise tomorrow.
Sorry about the jigsaw piece. I'm having a very difficult day. I wish I'd never bought that mobile phone.
They'll never catch on. Who wants the phone going off when you're having a quiet pint?
Yes, that's what they said about television too.
So, Dorothy, let me ask you, what do you think we could see in Peter way back then that could have predicted his path to household name and now aspiring Prime Minister?
Eamon?
Yes, Mrs. Hammerman.
Well, that question is clearly not meant for me, is it?
Well,
Think about it, Eamon. When Peter was a child in Rotherham, what was I?
also a child?
I wasn't even a fetus, you idiot!
Yes, of course, yes.
So
yes.
why did you ask me that question?
I have to stick to the script.
Pardon?
I have to stick to the script. My therapist...
You're what?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, just grow a bloody spine, man. You're lucky you don't work at 3. I would send you to a boot camp.
Dorothy Hammerman, everyone!
I would burn. Awful jacket. Good luck with your evening.
I don't suppose you feel like taking me with you, do you?
Darling, you interviewed the Archbishop of Pendleshire after 12 pints and more than a few whiskey chasers. You know my rule, sweetie. Just keep taking the medicine.
Until either it starts to help.
Or you no longer need it. Oh, Eric, don't think I didn't see you there.
Well, before we bring our next guest on, let's look at a classic clip from Just the Job. It's on that monitor there. Peter, if you'd like to watch.
I still remember it like it was yesterday. The facts actually came down while we were on air. How insensitive is that? Well, I took Peter to one side while Jimmy did his solo spot Jim's things. I didn't want Peter to hear it from anyone else. Anyway, what happened next? It's history.
Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that a team of surgeons laboured for hours removing that from a badger. And it was totally worth it, as this amazing Phillips screwdriver is the first of today's items that's to become one of Jim's things. And next up we have this totally pointless piece of tat, no doubt rescued from a bin somewhere. You all right, PC?
No. Not really, LJ.
What's the matter? You look like you walked in on your parents.
Leave it, mate. Leave it. We just had a fax from the higher-ups, those who know better. I thought I might read it out for the viewers at home.
What's going on?
Well, I know what you're thinking. A fax? How modern! Well, to whom it may concern, latest viewer feedback from test audience. Show and host feel tired and past their prime. Show and host sidekick looks like he'd rather be somewhere else most of the time.
Fair point.
Bringing Frank on camera regularly has not improved engagement. The audience say, yeah, Frank.
Jesus, Peter, my mum watches this.
The guests are mostly unknown to the audience. Then don't cut our budget. You pay peanuts, you get these monkeys.
I'm doing my best.
Look, it's not your fault, Nashy Norman, but to be fair, you're a one and done act.
I've got range.
Have you?
No, not really.
New segments seem desperate.
Should we really be reading this out?
Well, of course they're desperate. We've been doing this show since you prosperous assholes were just a bulge in your pool boy's trousers.
PC, think it through, mate.
Under the circumstances, the prudent option seems to be curtail the current season to a contractually obligated conclusion in 3 weeks' time.
Frank?
Sorry, Jimmy. It's true, mate.
3 more shows?
Yeah.
And then we're done?
Yep.
How am I going to pay my bills?
Dunno, mate.
No. I am not standing for this. You listen to me, you TV moguls. We're not standing for this. There are supposed to be another 15 shows in this season. 15! You want 3? 3? That's not even enough time to finish the joints on the ottoman. Your 3 shows!
Yeah, your 3 shows. Frank.
Yeah, 3 shows.
You can have all 15.
Yeah.
Or you can have none.
What? The studio called his bluff, of course. We were off the lot that Friday.
Fantastic memories there from one of the nation's most beloved TV shows. Now, Just the Job had 2 successful runs, of course, from 58 to 64, and again from 1972 to 1976. And across many of those shows, there was always one man by your side.
My mighty tool is up and ready. It's not how I remembered it, but what the hell? A man who needs no introduction, but we're going to give him one anyway. It's your sidekick of almost 13 years, little Jimmy Chisel! Yeah, well, you've grown your hair out a bit.
Greetings, man of twinkles.
Yeah, your voice has changed a bit too.
Monster man.
You big Eric.
You hold.
What? Ah, no, we're right off track. No, it's not a pub here.
Quiet, twinkle thing.
Actually, it's my show.
I said, quiet. This Erkistan is special reserve. Many penis is lost in pursuit of a single sip.
Unlikely, but cheers.
Your bottoms are up.
Oh, Jesus, Ivan, what secret lab did you get this poison from?
Another.
I don't think we have time for that.
What do you mean I not even sit down yet?
Well, the chairs are mostly decorative, you know.
Yeah, but on your cards there it say clip next.
Yeah, well, you know, don't pay any attention to them. Clearly no one else is either.
You know who I am, man of tinsel.
No, actually I don't.
I am Ivan Vodovich, ambassador from glorious Erkistan.
Oh, right. Is it nice there?
Yes, actually, it's very nice, especially now we had the purges.
Ivan Vapadopoulos, everybody.
This is all?
No, there's a song at the end, too.
You mean I leave beautiful prostitute women at Embassy Park for this?
Don't worry about it, mate. The way this is going, you'll be back there soon enough.
Still do something like that.
Wasn't Konoslava enough? Why do you always have to finish the job?
What are friends for, you tired old man?
In 1941, long before Just the Job ever aired, you, like so many men of your generation, were conscripted into the army to go to the continent to fight. And it was on those very battlefields that the strangest of friendships was born.
10 words, for f***'s sake. Tool me up.
We all know that voice. It's little Jimmy Chisel, everybody! Where were you 5 minutes ago, eh?
Watching this rubbish backstage, waiting for you. Get your together.
Oh, right. Something you like that, is it?
Seems like it. Pete.
LJ.
Hey, thank you for joining us. What's it like being friends with Peter Clement?
How the merry would I know?
Come on, you know, you were best pals.
Yeah, weekly, for money.
Jesus, LJ.
You know, I hate that name. Little Jimmy. Little Jimmy. Makes me sound like a precocious 11-year-old.
Well, why didn't you change it?
Well, it's not even as if I'm that short, is it?
Well, you're not exactly.
Oh, you can and all. I'm gonna put some cream on my foot.
Little Jimmy. Jim Chisel, everybody.
Don't get up.
I wasn't going to.
Well, it wasn't only just the job that brought you into the nation's hearts. Starting in 1977 and running every weeknight for nearly 6 years, you brought that inimitable Peter Clement style to your eponymously named late-night chat show, Petey. Let's take a look at a clip of that now.
Peter never wanted Tim Hill on the show. He used to call him a ventriloquist who can't even be asked to throw his own voice. But he was hugely popular with the viewers, loved in the country. One morning, I had Dorothy and Peter absolutely screaming at each other in their office. Even with the door shut, you could hear the swear words. It actually wasn't uncommon. Peter and Dorothy, Miss Hammerman, had a very direct relationship. Some of the crew said they had learned so many swear words they'd actually seen it as a bonus. Anyway, after 10 minutes of effing and blinding, Peter storms out, he slams the door, and Tim Hill, he was on the show that very night.
Our next guest, or should I say guests, are sure to be a bit of a handful. Expect the unexpected. From Tim Hill and Polly. Sorry, I'm bad.
Oh, she's a bit protective.
Yeah, no problem. Grab a chair.
Oh.
Sorry, I don't know what's happened. There's normally a table here.
Oh, don't worry about that. She likes it up close and personal.
I bet she does.
What's wrong, Paul? She says you should apologise for casting aspersions on her character.
Oh, right you are. Sorry, Polly.
She says you should apologise with a kiss.
Steady on, Paul. Careful, you little thing, you'll get me into trouble with Mrs. C.
She says she's not afraid of Mrs. C. I can't say that. But I can't.
Oh, yes, you can.
She says she's got nicer legs than Mrs. C and Anita.
Watch yourself, pal.
I told you we wouldn't like it.
Mrs. C is a very private person. I would thank you both to leave her out of this.
Got that, Paul?
Quiet, you lot.
She really is very sorry. She just wants to be loved.
Oh, for pity's sake.
She likes that.
Yeah, I can see she does. Yeah, take it easy there, Polly.
But hey, it's not me, it's her. She must really like you.
Yeah, watch it there, pal. Oh, hey, got it.
Just mark the cameras, darling.
Hey, that's no, stop.
And we must have touched a nerve there.
That's not the only bloody thing you touched.
What's that, Paul?
It better be a bloody apology. You can't just go around touching people.
That.
What did she say?
I can't.
Oh, yes, you can.
She says, if that's your J. Johnny Johnson, she feels sorry for Mrs. C.
Right!
Eamon, we're live. Eamon!
What now, Eamon?
Yes, right. So here we are. Yeah, we're back there now. Sorry about that. Well, unforgettable stuff. But while you took all the credit, while you No. Come on, Eamon. Come on, Eamon. You're a wooden doll inside a bigger wooden doll. You're a wooden doll inside a bigger wooden doll. You're a wooden doll inside a bigger wooden doll. Wooden doll inside a bigger wooden doll.
No. That's it. Eric, you need to get this man some help.
Mr. Clement, please.
No, I've had enough. I've been trying to maintain a forced smile all evening, but this show seems designed to annoy me. I mean, who chose those clips, for sake? And I am sober enough to know that no good is going to come from staying around and watching this once great entertainer have a nervous collapse.
I'm sure he'd be fine in a minute.
I really wouldn't be too sure about that.
We're going to get everyone out to do the song in a bit.
There is not going to be a song, Eric! We are done! I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but this evening's episode of Bits of Your Life is coming to an end prematurely. I'm sure they'll find something to put in the gap in the schedule. I don't know, probably something like cat football or something equally pointless. Clearly, Eamon Tightly is having a difficult moment.
I'm sure I could do the song.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Eamon. Ladies and gentlemen, in a few weeks, I will be asking for your vote. I'll be asking you to decide whether I'm the type of man who will have your back in a crisis. Well, one thing I did learn in Konoslava is not to leave any man behind. And tonight, the man who has fallen is Eamon Tightly. I've been getting angry all night when I should have shown concern. This show should never have happened. Eamon evidently needs help, not to be given a handful of pills and forced back onto the treadmill.
although I would quite like my pills.
Because this horrible industry, entertainment, will take everything that you have, and nothing will satisfy its appetite. But it's not just entertainment, is it, ladies and gentlemen? It's everything. It's the continual grafting and getting poorer. It's the working 2 jobs and not being able to feed your children because we're all on the treadmill, except for those privileged and entitled who own it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you vote for me in 7 weeks' time, I will guarantee you this. Advance will smash that treadmill and give you your dignity back. Roll in titles. Can't we find him somewhere to lie down?
I'll take him to holding area 1.
Do you ever feel like you're running in circles? Do you feel like every month costs more? You're not alone. Over the last year, more and more people have been looking to Advance for answers and finding that we have them. From inequality to indignity, Advance have fair solutions and the courage to implement them, even if we have to ruffle a few gilded feathers along the way. We're not politicians. We're people from normal backgrounds, people like you. It's time to bring a little normality back to our politics, and perhaps a little integrity. A vote for Advance next month is a vote for a fair share. It's a vote for a more equal society. It's a vote to stop running in circles, getting nowhere. Vote Advance on November the 8th.
And now on Channel 1, in a change to our advertised schedule, Jeremy Donaldson and Megan Wolfe are taking a deep dive into the wonderful world of sport.
Good evening, viewers of Channel 1, and welcome to this National Nightly News special event.
Tonight, for one night only, we're bringing you everything you need to know about this year's Cat Football Cup final.
We'll have interviews with the coaches, managers, and even the star players. Not quite sure how it's going to work, but I guess we'll find out.
Our roving team of reporters have been tucked away up and down the country to bring you live reactions and pre-match fever.
And, of course, at 9 we'll have all the action of the match itself, live, right here on Channel 1.
So don't go changing that channel, it's going to be perfect here on Channel 1. Welcome back. I'm delighted to be joined by the two coaches of tonight's Cat Football final. And I believe you're also the managers.
And the owners.
Yes.
and I would imagine most of the spectators.
Let's start with you. Felicity...
Snippety Whippet. Felicity Snippety Whippet. I am the manager, coach, owner, spiritual guide and muse for my team, the inimitable little Smallington Big Paws.
That's a name that gives you pause for thought.
It's a family name, actually. The Big Paws have legacy, unlike those so-called fluffers.
The Slingtown Fluffers have plied their skills against superior teams than yours and always achieve proud ends. Tonight should be no different. Expect a tumescent trouncing, Fliss.
Felicity. Felicity. As well you know, you putrid pink prat.
Oh, well, let's just take a moment to breathe. I can see we're both keen competitors, but let's try and keep a friendly atmosphere.
Of course. Apologies. Montgomery Fortune, manager of the Fluffers, soon to be proud fondler of the Cat Football Cup. A man more sinned against than sinning.
Oh, the Big Paws will hold the cup. We've been training all season and we're not slowing down at the finish line. You stand as much chance of winning the cup as Professor Tiddles does of winning a beauty pageant.
You take that back. You know Professor Tiddles only sprouted that blemish because you tried to poison him.
I would never, ever harm a cat. They are divine, graceful, elegant, everything you should strive to be.
I think the sprightly Mercutio I performed in my mess-bent youth would beg to disagree. Besides, your centre-forward has mange.
Oh, have you glanced at your team recently? They're more furball than fancy footwork, and their teamwork is so chaotic it's like playing against dogs.
You take that back.
Never. In fact, I'll go further. Your team is lazy, disorganised and matted. You'd have done better to get them all spayed.
Well, we seem to be a whisker away from a fist fight here.
Will you stop with the cat puns?
I concur. If we could all just calm down, please.
Can't stop meow. I've got too many of these.
So, both of you, I have a question. Cats. They're pointless, really, aren't they?
And now on Channel 1, we have an in-depth documentary about the downfall of Jacob Hamilton Mann, which forced this year's early election.